Hi guys, Zach Abba. How have you been? You been okay? I believe so. So if you have come across this video, it means you're interested in forex trading, or you're beginning, or you're an advanced trader. You've been here for a couple of years. You're just curious to hear what is this guy saying. Mine is just a simple analogy on how to approach the market. I've been here for about 2 decades, and it narrows down to one thing in my experience. The market moves up and down, and it is only controlled by sentiment, value, value change, and conviction. And in the charts that we are seeing every day, it's just a printout of the conviction. So conviction determines the direction, and the conviction is a matter of bears versus bulls. Nothing much, because keep it simple. My mentor once told me, don't be afraid of losing money in the business of forex. Be afraid of making stupid trades. You can lose money, but your direction and your analysis and everything was on point. The market just didn't favor you. You can't win 100%, and you can't lose 100%, but you can lose 100% if you're dumb. But if you know what you're doing, you will win most of the time. But if you are a stupid trader, excuse me, you're going to blow accounts. And I've had to learn that the hard way. I've blown accounts. Oh man, I've made millions and I have lost millions. That much I can tell you for free. There's no need of lying, trying to sound I'm an expert. I can lose. I've not lost. I've lost. But experience is not the best teacher. It's a very hard teacher. Hey, what I've gone through, I wouldn't want anybody else to go through the same thing. Trust me. So the purpose of this video, in a nutshell, just to show you how to draw support and resistance and how to approach the market. This is what you need to do. Approach the market from the big players. The big players, you can find the chart from 1 year, 3 months, monthly, weekly, daily. Those are the charts I look at. It looks far-fetched, but trust me, you'll see. Let me show you how I approach the market. Currently, as we speak, why did the price bounce where it bounced from? So this is what you do. I take this as my, let me take this as my, yes, this is my monthly support. I'll take it there. Can I make it a bit bigger so can you see it? I think you can. Yes, yeah, there you go. That's my support. Okay, so my support is well because 1, 2, 3 few candles close above that level. So when the price was coming down, it slightly passed through, and it was just a mere piercing, because on weekly chart there is another level below it right there. Okay, so we always look at the market from monthly perspective first. So every candle here represents 1 month. 1 month of activity. That's a clear picture of what bulls are doing and what bears are doing. So when the price month of September, it was a bearish month. And bearish month, and October, a bit of it, the first few days, and then they hit the support and the market reversed. So this was our area of interest. So regardless of what you're looking at, if you don't know what is happening on 1 hour, let's say you're approaching the market from 1 hour and you have no idea what is happening. So it's good that you understand that why the market is reversing, where it's reversing from. Like here, let's see, from monthly, let's cut this thing. Very good. So Very good. Let's go slowly. If you're doing it from H4, you'll see price coming and misbehaving at this level, and you have no idea why. You just say the market is consolidating or is forming a base, or whichever fancy names these days these boys are calling them. But in my head, I know this is monthly and weekly zone. These are what we call support, a very strong support for me to buy after a significant downtrend, which the month of September has been giving me a very serious downtrend all the way down. Okay, so when the price hits my support area, this is a monthly and weekly support area, so I'm expecting a reversal obviously, but I'm not sure. I'll show you about how to enter, what to look for before entering a trade. But this is a clear indication that the price went our way after identifying a support. Okay, so it's good to approach the market from monthly, weekly, daily. Those are mostly most of my support and resistance that I draw. So let's draw another one. Currently, as we speak, or for the sake of discussion, let me show you the past, how the price was affected when the price tried to break a certain resistance. Okay, here we go. Perfect. There we go. Now, I remember during Corona, we rode this ride for a while. This was a super awesome. From here, after this break, we really ate some money from here. It was 5,000 pips on gold. Right, it was super awesome. Okay, now as you can see, it formed a resistance right here. Why resistance? Several months price did not pass that level. It was just piercing through, but not closing. We are looking at the candle closure. So the first month, second month, third month, fourth month, so that's established as well. Now, this is a monthly. On weekly, there's something slightly above, you see? Weekly chart, there we go. There is your weekly chart. Do you have? Yeah, right there. Okay, there we have a weekly. So this one you can say this is a monthly. There you can say this is a monthly resistance. The purple one, I like color coding them so that I know exactly what I'm looking at. Color coding helps you to understand. You can choose the color you desire. You can put, let's say, monthly as red, weekly green, whatever color. It does not matter as long as you know what you're doing. You know which color represents what level. So let's get one thing clear. Monthly is stronger than weekly. Weekly is stronger than daily. Daily is stronger than the rest of the time frame down there. Okay, so the higher the time frame, the stronger the level most of the time. All right. So on this scenario, we have monthly, which is here. Fine. And then we have weekly, which is slightly above it. And I'm sure above this week here, this week, you can't see anything. But on daily, there's something. Yes, let's look at it. Yes, there it is. So on daily, there's a support, right? There's a resistance right there. So we keep it a daily. Perfect. So I know I'm interested in seeing what the price will do when it comes to it. I'm expecting a reversal. I'll show you how to enter those trades. Most of the time we're not doing scalping, we're doing some serious trending, holding market for a couple of weeks, couple of months, depending on the setup. Okay, let's see what happened. I'm expecting a reversal on this area, so this becomes my area of interest between this monthly. So this is more like refining. Within the week, within the monthly resistance, there's a weekly. Within the weekly, there's a daily. You see, from here, you can, it's just 1 week. You see, just one big wick here, but you can't really see what is happening. So this becomes my area of interest. So refining is monthly, weekly, daily. So I'm sure I'm expecting a reversal from this area. Okay. So in the price, I'm playing it from daily. Let's play it from daily. Let's pick it from daily. Can we play back and see what happened? Perfect. Riding down. It has to stop and reverse back up. As you can see, see how the price has been dancing on that level of monthly, approaching it, then going down slightly. Then when the price decided to rise back up, I'll show you how to enter the trade. Let's see. All right. Let's squeeze it a little bit. No. Yeah, you can see the chart, right? Okay, there you go. There is our interest. Our interest is still there. So we're expecting the price to come here. I want to show you how the price was really affected. And after that, the price dropped down like a rock. Ooh, I remember it was 2022 or 2021. 2022. Last year. Yes, it was last year. From January, around there. 2022, around there. So as the price is dancing, now this is where the rubber meets the road. So basically, you just need to understand how this price, which is 2020, came to affect the price in 2022. This was 2 years later. Okay. Awesome. The first touch was monthly chart. There we go. So let's pause a bit. So we marked these levels prior to market getting here. So regardless of what was happening down here, I knew at some point the price will always come back to support and resistance to test, especially if it's a fresh one. It must be tested at some point. It's a prophecy. It must come there. So look at what happened. A sniper entry. It approached the monthly touch, monthly resistance one, because now this becomes a resistance, and then this is monthly. Then market dropped down a little bit, then came to gather the power to break it, head to weekly, and stopped at daily, and drastic downwards move occurred. So it also, this becomes our level of interest as well, because the price always goes from one SR to the next. Always understand that the market will always go from one SR to the next. SR means support or resistance, okay? Once you have that in mind, you'll have a clean chart, a very clean chart. Let's just remove everything here, and then let's say clear and see. Okay, let's play it from this. Why did the market stop here? Here. Because there was something here. There was something here. What was it? Okay. Here there's a monthly resistance. When you're approaching the market, always refer to the left. Every time. Always refer to the left. Because what happened on the left determines what will happen on the right. That's given. That's given. Now let's mark that one as our monthly, and then let's cut this. Let's cut this thing so we can have a better view. Perfect. Let's see from weekly. That's our monthly. Let's go to weekly, find out what happened on weekly. So this is our monthly. On weekly we have the highest point, which is right here. Same thing. Perfect. So we put it a weekly code. Weekly code is that one. On the same week here, I'm sure there's a daily, which is the highest point. So we have a highest point again. And there you go. Oh, perfect. So we have our daily. Perfect. Squeeze it. Perfect. Now let's play and see what happened. When the price came, it came all the way to that level. And let's see what happened. The price will always come to test your area. Especially if you identify those major players' areas. They're always there waiting for market to come and touch. Peak liquidity, because this area is my area of interest, and this becomes my liquidity area. Okay, price July, September, October 2023. And then what happened? Let's see. There you go, there you go. Let's see where it stopped at. It's as simple as that. Just identify your support and resistance. Support and resistance. It boils down to just to those basic things. We're in the monthly reaction. There was a reaction for the first touch of monthly resistance. As you can see, it just stopped. Then it came down to weekly, reacted again, then all the way up. Top. Let's pause. Exactly. Second touch. Perfect. Look what happened here. This was a very serious stop hunting. Oh, man. This was very serious liquidity hunting. Nicely. You see, the price always comes to touch your resistance and support. Okay, so this whole zone was my area of interest. So my first touch was here, over here, okay, over here. Then the price reacted on that monthly zone, okay, then went down, came down again, gathered some momentum from here, and then the price reversed back up, coming all the way to weekly, then reacted on the weekly, as you can see. Reacted on the weekly. After reacting on the weekly, gathered some momentum. So remember, this is what we call change of polarity. I call it that way. Others call it, I don't know what. There's these fancy names they call it. But it's as simple as negative turning, negative turns positive, positive turns positive or negative, whatever it is. So for me, I always say change of polarity, where support turns resistance, resistance turns support. It always works that way. Most of the time it works, and I've seen it over and over and over again. The tricky part is to know when to get in, because you don't know how far it will break, you don't know how far the price will react, but there's always sign of reversal. As the most important thing is to understand where your major zone is. Once you've marked your zone, then the rest will be easy for you to trade. Tricky part is to identify the correct zone, because support or resistance is not a price like this is 1935 is a price. No, it's like a zone, like this monthly, this monthly area, this is a monthly support, resistance, I mean. So this becomes my area of interest. So that is a zone of, I know this is my selling zone. Okay, so this price went up, came down, this became a resistance. After a while it became a support, turned, reversed the market up again, back to weekly, all the way to the daily, which was a refined area, which is the last part over there. And that's where the price reversed. And after that, the price just kept down, going down. If you look at it from that, it came down all the way. And that was it. See? The price just kept down, 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 down. Just play around that area. So the key thing is to understand, how does this support and resistance work? And how do I identify them? And how do I use them to my advantage? Okay, that's a story of another day. So mine is just to show you that I don't use much of this complicated stuff. I used to, like currently as we speak, I see so many things because for me, I have two major strategies that I use: support and resistance. And then I use my favorite all time, which is from 2004. We've been using Di Napoli, Di Napoli levels. The Napoli levels are Fibonacci, and we use them differently. I will show you, a story of another day. But right now, just get the basic, which is support and resistance. Once you get that, it will be easy for you. Okay, you don't need to get all these complications. Just get the basic. The price will come from one support to another, one resistance to another. End of story. Okay, like this price, it bounced here from here comfortably. This was a major support on monthly, and the price came and bounced from there, sharply reversing. Okay, on this level, I can see this became our resistance now because it was broken by this previous candle. Okay, let's do this. Perfect. Yes, this is this became a monthly. Why am I calling it that way? It's because this September candle broke this level. 1, 2, 3. These are 3 months. Price dancing at the same level. So this qualifies to be a support. And once it was broken, the price went down to the next. The price went next to the next support, which is here. And now, currently as we speak, the price has bounced from here and heading here. Now, on weekly, I can see the price is like it's trying to break this. But on weekly, there's something. Yes, there are 2 levels here. On weekly support, weekly resistance, which is number 1. We have here. No, I've already set them. We have that one. Number 2, let's clone it. Yes, we have this one right there. So I'm expecting next week the price to misbehave slightly around that level, because the price is also forming higher, lower high. Okay, so this was my first high, and then we have second high. This was my first high. Okay, I need to set this thing nicely. So that was my first high. Then the second high. I think this would be easy to use. This one. So this was the highest point. High, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So I'm expecting probably the price will do there. But because of this war with Israel thingy, from fundamentally, I think gold might spike back up a little bit. Okay, so we are waiting for the price to confirm a break next week on this level. If it breaks this level now, it will just bounce here. This becomes a support back to resistance. Okay, so this is on a weekly chart. So we have to be really careful when you are doing. I'll show you how to trade them. Like there are so many ways to look at it. So many ways to look at it. But the idea of this video is just to show you how to identify support and resistance. So how to use them, how to trade them, that's a different story. But identifying them is the most important thing. Just need to identify them correctly, and then you know how do I trade them? How do I use them to my advantage? Because the price will always move in either direction, up or down. Okay, so for you to open your eyes and see opportunities. Of course, there are so many strategies that are out there, but the most important thing is for you to know when to get in and when to get out, and how much do you make when you make profits? And when you are wrong, how much do you lose? Can you survive another day? That's the most important thing. Money management, risk control. I learned that the hard way after losing millions of dollars. So you just need to have a heart of steel, that knowing that you trade with your head, not your heart. Okay? It's important for you to understand how the market works. So emotional strength is required. Psychology, oh man, that is nothing. Nobody can teach you psychology. They can give you theories, but practicality, it's you on the charts. Now it depends on your personality, your zeal, your gifts, your, and basically there's so many things to be considered. But just keep it simple. Forget about these complications. People give you all these new concepts. They all narrow down to one thing: demand and supply. Where is the buyers? Where are the sellers? Which are? Forget about this other stuff. There are so many things but question is this: what are you looking for? You're looking for color. You're looking for financial freedom. Okay, financial freedom is your main goal here, but you don't have to scratch your head like you're studying for NASA or a scientist. Just keep it so simple, okay? It's simple, not easy. Get the idea? Don't confuse. Simplicity does not mean easy. You just have to have a high level of discipline. Okay? So, support resistance, very key. We start with support. Let's say, like, for example, let's start, this is monthly. Fine, let's start with monthly, knowing where the price is going, so we can have an idea what to expect next week or next month or this month, before the end of this month. So we have a week monthly right there, which the price has already bounced off from. Fine. Then we have another monthly, so we just clone this one, clone that line, put it right there. So the price could be dilly-dallying around there. So we clone it again. So we have an upper level, which is here. So we have an upper level, and then we have another level. We clone it again. We have this right there. This is the top one. On weekly, that should be up there. So that's our monthly perspective. We have that, and then we have what? We have weekly. Let's study the weekly. Weekly, in case of any up move, the first resistance will be right here. Let's start with this one right there. Let's see, weekly. There you go. Clone it. We go to the next right there. We clone it. We go to the next right there. So when two of them meet, it's called confluence. So there's a monthly and weekly on the same level almost. Okay, at the same level. See, as you can see, this level was tested several times. So this becomes our level of interest, which is confluence. Monthly and weekly at the same level. And then slightly below it, we clone it. Because there was change of polarity, we expect price to reverse and it will hit here. So when the price is coming down before going to this level, it will find this resistance, this support I mean. Now we clone it and put our support right there. Perfect. On weekly, we are done. Let's go to daily. Let's see what's happening. On daily, we have a very clean, so a clean chart. We can see there's up here where the price is, and there's up here. So we have 1, 2 on the right here. So you can put just 3. I don't need to put a lot. Let's start with the current one right there. So see the importance of color coding. So I know, So I know red represents daily. Let's clone it. Red represents daily. Then this represents, the purple represents the weekly. So when the price is going to come down, before it goes to before it goes to daily, there will be weekly and monthly resistance in between. Perfect. So I know those are area of interest. So I'm done. Now forget about this one. Now I don't do those. So I'm watching this thing from this level now on 1 hour chart. Okay, on my 1 hour chart, I know what is happening. I can clearly see why this price is stalling on these levels. Sorry. I know why the price is stalling on this level. So how to use them is a different story altogether. Okay? How to use them is a different story. Remember, there's a way how the price behaves. And on these levels, I know I'm expecting some reaction in terms of movement. So on Monday or whichever next week, the price might just do this. Okay, price might just do this, come there, down, come back up, then something like this, then down, or it might continue going up. You don't know. That's a story of another day. How do I know when to get in when the market is trending or ranging within those levels? That's a story of another day. Mine was just to show you how to identify those support and resistance. It's important for you to just focus on the major time frames. Major time frames, they're easy. You just need to train your eye how to see them correctly so you understand what is happening. So you're not caught off guard. You know why the price reversed here. There's a clear understanding that the price reversed at the weekly and monthly support, and it gave us a very serious rejection here for price to go any further down. And see the reaction, the same reaction that came down is the same reaction that goes up. Look at the reaction, copy and paste, same thing, down, same thing, up. The only difference is there's like a gap here, which I'm not sure when it will be filled, but it's a bit tricky. All the same, so we're expecting the price to react on these levels. So there's like a high level here. There's so many things I'm looking at. The next time I'll show you about how the Fibonacci works and how to identify them, the Napoli levels. So it could be heading for OP, COP. Let me see. Is there COP? Could be heading for COP. It must form a BC. So it must form a BC before going this level. So there should be a reaction or downwards. So before going to OP and the COP levels, which I'll show you next time, there should be a reaction. So let's wait and see what happens next week. It's a wonderful setup. This is money in the waiting. I'm expecting something like this to happen. So it will do a little bit of this. After a major move, most of the time gold always does that. Every major move, there's always like a misbehaving. After a serious major move, there is that slight reaction. So let's see. Okay. So clean chart like that. It's as simple as that. Can you identify them? Can you be able to see how the price reacts on those levels? Okay. That was a support. Look what happened. Okay. This was a resistance. Look what happened. This was a support. Look what happened. Okay. Why did the price reverse here? Look at here. There was this resistance here. And I'm sure if I go to weekly, there is something here. Let's go. Oh, yes. There's a weekly resistance right there. Right there. As you can see. I mean, it's a matter of just training your eyes to see why the price is doing whatever it's doing. Just focus on the major time frame. You can also get sniper entry on those weekly time frames, weekly, monthly, daily. Look at that sniper entry. This month was a super one. This was a super entry for buy. Okay. So this also was a confluence on. This was a conference, or this was an agreement on the Napoleon levels. Agreement here, because there was a reaction from this level to this level. There's one second leg, and then there was this 1, 2, done. A super one. So I hope we got something out of this. I've never done this YouTube thingy. I've always kept to myself. There's lots and lots of stuff that I have, but I don't know. I'm not a fan of content. What this video? Yeah. Oh, me Mzai. My students call me Mzai. They call me Mzai for just laid back. I don't have this time for jargon stuff. I just give you a bit of ideas and let you do your thing. Okay. So there are a few stuff I'll be sharing here and there. So I'm sure guys will learn a few things. Those who are interested, you're free to take the ideas and use them for your advantage. Trade, make money, man. Okay? You're looking for financial freedom. You can get it. If it's your thing, you will get it. If it's not, forget about it. Go do something else. Okay? Don't kill yourself with it. Alright? So I'm seeing this price really is trying hard to break this resistance and close above it. If it closes above this, next week's a sure bet we are going up. So let's wait. So it's 12 o'clock. Yes, it's 12 o'clock. So I'm sure the candle has closed, and it's official. It has closed above it. So next week we have this to contend with. All right. All right, and then we have down here, which is slightly below it, to contend with. All right. Now, next week should be interesting. Next week should be very interesting. All right. So from here, this will be a very interesting next week. So all the same, I wish you well. Wait for part 2. I'll show you how to trade using support and resistance. Right now, it's just identifying them. I don't go to those small time frame. No, I do 3 months, 1 month, weekly, daily, done. So that's all for now. I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.